Hear the rooster? Welcome. This is Joe Cox, Life Made Simple, Life After Narcissism. What we're going to talk about today is there actually happiness after narcissism? Are you ever really going to be able to find that peace that you've always sought in life? For many years, I just really thought that this is just life was suffering or life was struggling. Life was just getting by. No matter how much you accomplished, nobody would ever validate. You would never be able to have a connection with other people. I didn't really feel like I fit in this world. But there's a lot of things that I've learned over the last, especially 10 to 15 years. I'll be 60 at my next birthday. So I started this channel because it's time I believe I've learned sufficient information in order to pass on the wisdom to the younger generation to help you understand. Matter of fact, there's even people older than me that are responding and seeing that I'm helping them, and that's just amazing to me. That there's so many people that can use the advice. Hear the rooster again? So we're down here in the woods, in case you didn't know. Down here, we are in just south of Atlanta, Georgia, um, down in the country. There's not too many people in this county that I'm in now. So, but I love to come down here for the serenity and to get away, get back to nature, and do my earthing and my grounding. But let's get back to our subject. Is it possible to find that peace and harmony within your life? And I'm here to tell you there is. I now live in total harmony, peace. Both my parents are still alive, by the way. My mother was only 16 years old when she had me. And as little as just a month ago, my stepsister was staying at my mother's house, and I went over to pick her up to spend the day with her. My stepsister's the only one I really get along. I guess we connect. Not that I get along with everybody, but it's the only person that I connect within the family. So she flew in and stayed there, and I picked her up, and she was standing out by the curb, and I said, I guess my mother didn't want me to come inside. She says, no. I'm kind to my mother, but I tell the truth, and that's what she can't handle. I wrote her a letter 6 months ago, letting her know I forgive her for all the things she's done. So my stepsister told me she didn't think she's done anything wrong to be forgiven for. I'm like, okay, that's up to her. It doesn't affect me one bit. Not anymore. It used to. It used to tear me. It used to rip my guts out. And I just, until I realized something, until I realized that I have total control of everything within me. I have no control of anything outside of me, but I have every bit of the control within me. That was one of those aha moments. Those are the ones that I realized, wait a minute, you mean I have total control of how I feel, how I react to other people? It took me a lot to get to this point, and a lot of it was what they call trapped emotions. I don't know if you've heard about it, but I'm going to do a whole video on trapped emotions, but you can look them up. I had major trapped emotions, and a lot of people do that have gone through abuse, narcissism, uh, neglect and manipulation, and your brain just feels like it was put in a blender. So what I'm trying to help you understand is a way for you to find that peace and harmony and live in a state of happiness. We can't control, like in this world right now, I can't control anything on the outside, but control how I feel on the inside. And it's not just something it's not a final destination. It's something you work on every day. It's something that you try to always stay in harmony with who you are and be true to yourself. Loving yourself is the very first thing you've got to do. You can't give anything you don't have for yourself. You were born the perfect you, and your goal is in life is to become the best you. We're on Earth. We're in Earth School. Means everybody is your teacher. You're going to learn a lesson every day if you look for the lesson. And what I've learned is that every day I try to make sure that I learn, grow. If I have to pick up a book, I'm always reading something, and I've got to have that constant um, mental, emotional nutrition. So today I'm glad to say that I'm almost 60 years old. I'm on no medication, and a part of that is because of my mental and emotional state. Stress, all that can twist your guts on the inside. On another video, I'm going to talk about the internal guidance system. We have a way to always make great decisions, but we've got to find that wholeness within us. Wholeness is the balance of mind, body, and spirit. Once we find that harmony within us, then that's when the state of happiness comes in, and you get the peace. Peace is a heartbeat of happiness. Once you get peace, that's when you welcome your happiness. Keep in mind, everything is within you. Nothing outside of you can give you that wholeness. Your wholeness comes from within. Okay? So what we want to do is make sure that you know there is life after narcissism. The key to healing is to get the narcissism out of your life. If you're still living with or accepting narcissism, it can be from a spouse, a boyfriend, girlfriend. It could be a parent. I grew up with two parents, and I've got two siblings now that are behaving narcissistically towards me. I wanted to believe in them more than that, but I understand now. I've got another brother that died at 29 years old because he couldn't handle his family, and I almost didn't make it as well. There was many days I wanted to pull the trigger and just be done with it and have this over with, but I'm so glad now I didn't. There are good things if you start making the right decisions. The question is, what are the right decisions? And I'm going to help guide you in all these videos to help you understand what those right decisions are. We have an internal guidance system, like I said, that will guide us everything in life. So if we understand that how the internal guidance system works, then we can use that in order to guide us to all the right decisions, to guide us to the beauty of life. One reason we got this piece of property is we come down, and whenever I'm feeling off, I come down here just to get away. I highly recommend you find somewhere in the country and just you go hiking or whatever and just get away and go listen to a creek run and quiet the mind. A loud mind is always will lead you to confusion. You can't think with a loud mind. Yeah, I like to listen to rock and roll music and jam out, but there's also times we need to quiet the mind, quiet it, stop it, and allow us to think clearly, process. Don't think of yourself as a victim. Think of yourself as a person that can handle anything. Us humans, we can handle anything in life as long as we understand them. It's confusion that keeps us away. It's confusion that keeps us in the darkness. Confusion is your darkness. It's the beginning of all darkness in your life. Once you have clarity, that's like the light at the end of the tunnel. If you're going through hell, do not stop. Keep going. Don't ever stop when you're in hell. That's not the place you want to stop. You keep going until you get to the light. And there is light. There is light. I promise you that. And if you have any questions or comments that you want to make, that I can help guide you. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. But I've done something that even the therapists have done and the doctors. Is I grew up with two narcissistic parents that were hell-bent on destroying me. But I'm the scapegoat. I was the punching bag. I was the one that took it over and over again. Not anymore. I clearly see what happened, and so now I can pass my wisdom on to you guys. Help guide you. I started this channel because I realized that you don't see too many people that have gone through narcissism that can actually talk about it from actually experiencing it. You see a lot of therapists and counselors, doctors, and various people in the medical or trained people. Let's put it that way. I'm not trained. I just experienced it. I know what it's like. I've been there. A lot of times you just can't understand it unless you've been there. If anybody comes up and tells you, oh, but if you're trying to, let me back up. If you're trying to get away from your parents and people come up to say, oh, but they're the only parents you have, say, I'm the, I'm the only Joe they have, or I'm the only eldest child they have, or I'm the youngest child they have. That's, it goes two ways. It's that put these parents that are dysfunctional up on a pedestal. Parents they have a responsibility and accountability to their children. It's a great karmatic responsibility to have a child. So understand that you cannot be strong for somebody else until you become strong. You can't just give, give, give without building yourself and putting yourself first. Build yourself, be strong, then you have the power to give. You can never give what you do not have for yourself. Hopefully these are a few words to know that there is joy and happiness after narcissism. First step is get them out of your life, period. And second is don't allow them to pull the negative out of you after that. Some people have, children with narcissistic spouses and that sort of thing. It's hard to get rid of that completely. I've known a couple of people I've talked to, and I think I've helped them out there, but don't let them rule your life. A lot of the doctors and therapists on here can tell you a lot of the technical stuff on the back end, but I can tell you the reality of living with it. So hopefully all these videos are helping you out. And I only wish you blessings. From my heart to yours, I send you nothing but love. Bye-bye.